Okay, thank you.
Okay, is Joyce in? And Flossie's here. Okay, everybody, I'm sorry about that. I was trying to log in on my computer, and for some reason it kept rerouting me and wanting a password and all kind of complications. So let me let Joyce know that we're in. I don't know what happened to her. Okay. All right. I can only see Sandra, Flossie, and there's two other people here. Who is that? Roger, you still here? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm all out of whack now because I'm like, I don't even know where to start. But I did a save the date. First off, hold on, I'm getting another text. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to stop going off because it slows me back down. But thank you all for coming. And if I need to, this meeting is going to end pretty fast. So if y'all will just hit the button and log right back in, it's easy to log back in after they cut us off because we only have 45 minutes. And I think if we start early, it's going to start counting fast. So I was trying to start right 5 minutes ahead, and it's taking me this long just to get in. So I think I've got 2 or 3 different Zoom accounts. So I got to make sure I log in the right email address. Okay, I did save the date, and we still haven't decided if we're going to keep the name Preserving Democracy because the word democracy seems to be an issue for some people. And do y'all have any thoughts on that?
No, I don't have any. I can't think of anything else. Floss, do you have anything?
Yeah.
No, I guess you can name it whatever you want to, even though I don't know who would have issues, but it's not like it's you know, somebody got title to the word democracy.
Well, seems like the Caucasian community has a problem with the word democracy, and it kind of turned them off. So for a Juneteenth festival, I don't know if we're concerned about it or we just want to keep with it. I did want to take Alabama off, so when I go get the license, I'll make it America, Preserving Democracy in America. Unless, y'all have a different idea. I was just going to go that route and just keep moving with it until we can think of something different.
Sharon, what about something like if you're gonna take democracy off, something more geared like toward multicultural values or multicultural identity in America, something like that?
Okay, I like the idea of us calling it PDA Fest. It was beginning to ring in my ears, but because most of the cities, surrounding cities, they'll either call it Ish or Caribbean Fest, the Cana Fest, or Asian Fest, or something. So I was trying to, establish something that people can relate to and it stay with them. So, like I said, PDA Fest was beginning to kind of grow on me. but we can make it something else. I like the preserving and I like the America. If we can do something else with the D, democracy. I don't know if there's another D word, but anyway, I'll try to move on from that and give us time to think about it. And maybe we can discuss it again at the end. And y'all can write ideas down if you have something in mind. We are being recorded. Roger wanted to record it, so he had another meeting. And again, the Zetas are planning to partner with us, and they will attend the fifth. And I also asked some Heroes MTM, which is Jan Matthews, if she would be interested. She couldn't make it today. She's at the hospital with someone. But she is interested. Jan does scholarships for quite a few students, and I thought she might bring more to the table, helping us get access to funds, if not this time, maybe in the future. And she recently retired from NASA, so I know she knows a lot of programs through NASA. This time, we were just going to focus on the food trucks and vendors to try to, raise enough money to support the DJs that, we committed to try to give something to. We may not be able to pay them like we want to, but hopefully we can give them something. But the main objective is to raise money for Tanner, the band uniforms. And so, we need to establish some committees because there's a lot of work to do. And we're going to need people that's willing to chair some committees to work with us. I was looking at my notes. So Tim Townsend has said that he will work with us. So I was going to ask him, I felt like we needed a minister's presence. So I was going to ask him to do the opening prayer. And we'll see what Amanda and Jan want to add to what I have. We've got Quincy as a DJ. We've got a young man named Clay J who is willing to DJ. But the idea that I have is to have different genres at each pavilion. So first we would have a gospel pavilion, and there's programs that happen under the gospel pavilion and groups that will perform. And then we'll need a DJ for the gospel. Then we'll have the second pavilion would be jazz and reggae. And we'd have a DJ for that pavilion and, speakers and programs under there. And then we would have the children's or the youth pavilion. And I talked with Linda Davis, and she's willing to have a Juneteenth dance team, and she wants to dress them in, the kente cloth or some type of Juneteenth attire. And also, Neclissa typically does our worship dance. So she's going to come again to do the worship dance, but she also said that she would try to pull a youth group also to worship dance. So all of that would happen under the children's pavilion. And if we can get somebody to do Princess Prince contest, then, we'll throw that in under the youth pavilion and try to come up with games and activities. So I need somebody to be the lead to just follow up with everybody that's going to be working under that pavilion and be like the MC. Sandra's going to kind of cover every territory, but I need hosts like we've been doing in the past for each one. This time, Joyce is going to be a host, and I was going to ask, Flossie to be a host again. what's her name? Scales. I asked her to help us again. And who else was it? And then I've got some things that I want Shirley McDonald to help with, maybe some poetry presentations, things like that. Now, so basically, we're going to need 4 DJs, 1 for each pavilion. But things will be happening in a sequence that everybody can congregate at the gospel station. And then anybody that don't want to move, like older people, if they want to stay there, when they start performing at the next station or the next pavilion, then people can move there. And really, they can just flow all over to whatever's going on. But we don't want the speakers under that pavilion until we finish speakers at this pavilion. And then it'll just be basic gospel music going after the basic program is over. And then a program will be going on at the next pavilion that people can hear the speakers for that group and things like that. I also asked James Sandifer if he will be a speaker, and each speaker will fall under a different pavilion. And so I've kind of got it mapped out, but it's going to change after, you all look at the whole layout of things. I tried to send it to a few people, but I wanted to have the meeting before I, finalize more details. I talked with
the first schoolhouse, right now? About a century before.
Dr.
And the mascot.
Lord, my mind is going blank. Eugene Edwards. And he was a music teacher at A&M when I was up there. So every now and then he likes to do a choir. So under the gospel tent, of course, we're going to have a prayer and speakers. And I wanted him to put together a community gospel choir for Juneteenth. So he's going to get with Freddie Ruffin, and they're going to see if they can pull people from the community. And we don't just want Baptists, we want people from every, community or church that's interested in singing with that gospel choir. And so ideally, all the performers that come, they will sing under one of the 4 pavilions. And then the band and the choir will perform 2 songs outside. And then in the afternoon, we'll have greetings. We'll start with greetings from all of the international groups. We had 2 or 3 speak at the last program. So this time, we'll have someone from the India groups do greetings to the community. And if they have a performance, they can do their performance. Somebody from India, the martial arts guys are from Brazil. Let them do Juneteenth greetings to, the African-American community. And then, the usual ones that were here the last time. And of course, I did mention the food trucks and vendors. So we need somebody that will say, I'll be in charge of, securing the vendors, but we need everybody to send, phone numbers and contacts to that one key person, to make sure that they pay the fees that we're needing and, move forward with that, because that's how we're going to be able to, pull this off. Now, all of us have committed to being board members, and what we need to do is probably by the first week in February, start sending in our $25 donation. And I still have Cash App and Zelle because we need that to secure all 4 pavilions. Usually those pavilions are $30 each, and the auditorium is around $3 or $3.50, I can't remember. And we also have to buy the insurance. So our group is how I need, to get the initial funds to reserve the buildings in order to, make sure that nobody gets ahead of us. Because we want all 4 pavilions plus the auditorium. Any questions or comments so far?
I should have put this on here, waved my hand.
Oh, I
I'm
probably wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to learn these things down here.
Yeah.
What came to mind a few minutes ago is that that we will ask the city of Athens police to secure security.
Okay. Will you take care of that?
I will. I'll talk to them. I'll find out what
Okay.
all we need
Okay.
because when you have, I was just thinking about it. When you have activity like that and we're out there and it is a community event like that, we do need them to be there as well to keep everyone safe.
Absolutely. In addition to that, I talked with my neighbor. In fact, he called me. I sent him save the date, and he called me and said he was really excited about it. He liked what we're doing, and he wants to be a part of it behind the scenes.
Okay.
And he's retired military, deacon at one of the local churches. And so he said he would get some guys together, in the background to also serve as security. But I agree with you, we need the local police department. But in addition to them, we'll have some other eyes out there looking. And, again, Tim Townsend said he'll do whatever. So I'll let Buford Thomas is the person I'm talking about. He said that he would take care of that. He'd get some guys. So I was thinking if he can get up to 25 guys, he may not think he need that many, but we've got to secure inside the building because people are still going to want to go to those bathrooms in the school. We got to make sure people don't steal stuff in the school, that they're not hanging out and opening up doors that they're not supposed to open and close from other exits.
Let's see. At the pavilions, I'm thinking, yeah, there are bathrooms there, so they can do that.
Does every pavilion have its own bathroom?
I was trying to. I'm thinking now. I'm trying to think. I'm not the one that's open. That's just open.
Mm-hmm.
There is one that I can think of.
There should be more than one. I'm thinking every pavilion, I don't know, should have a bathroom, but there should be at least 2 out there, if not more.
Did we say anything? I guess we need to. I can check to see if what's out there, and if not, do we need to do porta potties?
Yeah, we would have to, because it's a long walk from the park to the auditorium, to the school.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking they should have enough out there because that's most parks do.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
Okay.
I cannot remember. I can't picture it right now. How many?
Okay. I've got photos from a distance, so we might be able to figure it out. But yeah, going out there is even better.
Yeah. I can go there.
Okay, as far as my DJs, I only have 2. And Marie Coleman mentioned that her brother might be willing to DJ. Clay J is a young man, so I thought he might be the kind of DJ that, talks and knows how to hype up the crowd a little bit. But he said no, he just spin records. And since he don't really know the people in Athens, he would like to have a hype person with him. So if the other DJs agree, then I was asking Cornelia, Sabrina, Brejane. Who else did I ask y'all? So, is Sabrina here? Is Sabrina on? Cornelia's here.
Yes, I'm here.
Joyce is here.
I'm here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need y'all to do other things, but are you
Okay.
willing to like be assigned to a pavilion where you at least, for parts of the day,
That's
periodically,
fine.
kind of help with the DJ?
Okay.
Cornelia, you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I hear you.
Is that something?
Is this on a Saturday? Is it
It is from 9 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon.
okay?
And so
I
we'll have stuff going on outdoors all day, but the inside will just start at 1 p.m. And we'll kind of look
Okay.
at the logistics. But
Okay.
like I was talking to Dr. Eugene, and I said, if he can pull together a gospel choir, then
Mm-hmm.
I want them to sing 2 songs in the morning, maybe around 9 to 10. And then in the afternoon, indoors on the stage, I want that gospel choir to sing 2 more songs. The same with Tanner's band, 2 or 3 songs that morning, 2 or 3 in the afternoon inside.
and this is at the middle school at
Yeah, it's
the
going to be the middle school, and right next door is Swan Creek Park. So they share the same parking area. So you go to the right to the park and to the left to the school. So it's all there together. So we would try to reserve all of it. And then we could have food trucks running from the park to the school.
Sharon, I got a quick question.
Okay.
Or a couple of suggestions. Well, I'll start with my question. Like, is there a budget for DJs, or we're looking for DJs to volunteer?
We're looking for DJs to volunteer, and there's no guarantee that they will get paid because we have no idea, what kind of participation we're going to have. We have to have a lot of people there to buy food from the vendors because that's how we're going to make our money.
Okay.
The
Um,
food trucks and vendors.
okay. And throwing something out there, and this is just like a kind of like a suggestion that would probably help. I mean, I guess where you're gonna have your food trucks, your vendors, you ever kind of thought about like in a sense that would also kind of help control, the populace is to like say, what is the thing they do? The tailgate ordeal, block off some space, probably charge about $10. Have you some grill masters there where you can almost take the tickets, have the money, and then they go around and just kind of sample the food. And then if they want something off the food trucks, they can. But that also will give you that space where people can kind of do their meet and greet and then kind of get more familiarized with where everything is set up and
What
just,
tickets are you talking about with the
I mean,
grill masters? How does that?
pretty much you'll kind of get some of your best grillers or some of your best cooks. They come in and just set up tables. You consider it kind of like you know how they do right before the games and everything with these schools. They have these tailgate parties, but you have it blocked off where you just can't come in and do whatever. You pay a fee, and then that's where a lot of people can meet, greet, congregate, eat, and kind of go ahead and have their food and be ready for all the other events that's going to take place versus having things open in a way. Like I said, food trucks, yeah, one thing, but if you want to like get almost preserve like an hour and a half, where it is more like a tailgate party, and you pay 10 to 15 bucks, you get in, they kind of get more of sample food versus going and paying so much amount of food. And then like I said, if they want the food trucks, then there they are. And then you're in a more in a closed space or segregated space where you can talk, pass out flyers, do whatever the case, and that way people can kind of eat and then get on back to what the programs are.
Well, my best friend's husband, he does the tailgating at A&M, and I did contact him, and he's kind of not sure if he wants to do that. I don't know anybody else to contact. Does anybody else have any comments about that?
There's always people wanting to show off their cooking, right? We're
Yeah, I
probably
just don't know who they are in Athens, and I don't know who would want to initiate that. I don't know who they are in Athens. So, over time, we got time to figure it out. I just don't know right this moment where to even start.
Because I was about to say, if we were gonna, if you were interested in taking that route, I do have another DJ who could almost host just that part alone, and I would pay him out of my pocket. And then that would almost be, like I say, you're gonna get a percentage off the food trucks, but then you still got another little event going on just in that area where, people can kind of warm up to each other and get information and, spend an hour or two together, eat.
Well,
And
do we want a percentage off the food trucks, or do we want a flat rate up front before the event?
I guess whichever one's greater, but where we would get a direct fee off of this is because we got it segregated. So all we're doing is paying the particular people who wants to come, set up, show off their food, and however much we want. I guess however much food would be needed. But then you would pretty much just, because food trucks are going to be kind of expensive. And that's more about just getting your food, walking around, and there's going to be more people that's going to want to see that for the convenience of it. But then there's going to be some people who really wants to congregate, sit down, eat, listen to some good music, be inside a closed area where they would probably be willing to pay, like I say, $10 to $15. And so if you got that direct, let's say you got 100 people, you got $1,200 right there that you can kind of pay your grill masters and also have a fee as well. I mean, also have profit as well.
It sounds good. I've just got to get somebody willing to head it up.
Well, I'll assist with it.
Okay, you'll need a team. You'll need a team to work with you on it. Any other comments about that, John?
Sounds good to me. I'm writing it all down. It sounds that's a good idea.
I'm writing it down also.
Okay, that was James Sandifer, and he's
Thank you.
one of our key speakers also.
Thank you, Mr. Sandifer.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Wonderful. I also have a cousin who's in Nashville who is going to help us with speaking. He's a mental health therapist. And so he'll give the charge for the Juneteenth charge. And he'll talk about, African Americans and mental health. He may also hit on the prison system. I don't know yet for sure. But I know he's been helping some guys in Nashville. So that may be a topic that he broaches too for our community. So he told me today, definitely, yes, he will come. So he'll speak on one of the pavilions also. In addition to that, Edra Fallon, she's the first person that agreed to speak. And, she's real passionate about politics. And the meeting's going to end in 10 minutes, y'all. So just go right back in and click to restart. So we got 10 minutes. And I had asked the State Democratic Executive Committee, 4 of the ladies that are actually my sorors, 3 plus me makes 4. If we can get together, we'll either do something, just speak maybe 5 minutes on something related to the current times and what we're dealing with. Also, if I can get Zoe to come back, Robertson, she'll speak again. And I think that's it for speakers. Miss Elaine Rice, if she wants to come back and do her presentation, that's fine. If Latimer want to come back and do his presentation, that's okay. Natalia Cuevas, the dancer, the other lady that supported her, they've already said they're all in, definitely. Hayes Dance Studio is all in. I haven't gotten a confirmation from Nashville Twines, but if they want to come back, that's okay too. Is anybody interested in doing a pageant? I've got 2 ladies that's going to do dance groups for youth. Does anybody want to do a poetry contest for the children's pavilion? And does anyone want to do a princess pageant contest under the children's pavilion? And it can go up to age, 21, whatever to 21, if somebody wanted to do a pageant. And then we would have a Mr. and Miss Juneteenth for Limestone County, if anybody's interested in addressing that. I feel good about the two ladies with the children's group. They're going to take care of that. All I have to be concerned is that they show up, because I know they've got, good leadership. And for closing, Nicklessa will probably do the final worship dance. If I can get Arthurine Shackelford, she could do, be a part of that closing as well. But we'll be in the auditorium from 1 to 3, just 2 hours. We're going to do some indoor performances for 2 hours. Then you'll come back outside, and if there's any, contest or something that needs to be announced that last hour and a half, then it'll just be music and finishing up the food trucks. And so if there's a contest, we'll announce the winners and stuff. Then at 4:30, we'll start wrapping up and go from there. At the bottom of my page, I probably sent y'all this, I don't know. But I thought about a charcuterie board, a culinary contest. So that can go in line with what you're saying, James. And I had down James and Sheila Lightfoot and, maybe Esther, but, I haven't gotten any confirmation from them. So we probably got to start fresh, finding somebody that's interested. Sheila's a retired culinary teacher, so I thought she might be interested if she didn't do anything but, be a judge at different stations where you've got the cook-offs. So, we can try to find some other people if doing a judge, or if you're strictly doing it with, raising money. It's not about who's the best, cook or a grill master. You hear me, James?
That's correct. I'm listening.
Okay. So you can go with that however you want. At first, I thought about doing, charcuterie boards and see who has the best presentation. They can put their meat in the center of that charcuterie board and, surround it with vegetables or fruit or whatever they want. But you go with that however you want to. That was just the original idea. In the middle, at the bottom of the page, I had again the Prince and Princess. Nobody's volunteering for that.
Hey, Sharon, this is Flossie.
Okay.
Have you thought about having everything in the park
And not doing the inside thing?
and not doing the inside thing? I just see some logistical problems with that, being a logistical officer myself. And it may make for a more even flow if everything was outside. I mean, you can do all the stuff you're talking about doing. You actually can do it in the park.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at I think they do have bathrooms out there too, because they do have ball games and stuff out there as well.
Yeah.
So they most likely have bathrooms.
Yeah. The only reason I thought about the inside is because you got senior citizens. Some of them are not going to want to sit outside, but they will sit in the comfort of that auditorium. But I know that's expensive.
But remember now, the pavilion has a cover, so they're not like they're sitting in the sun.
Yeah. So we could make arrangements for the, older people to be under the pavilion, but we do want other people to bring chairs and
Right,
umbrellas and tents or whatever they want.
And maybe we can check on the price of what is it? One of those industrial fans to put there for the older ones.
Well, Latimer has one.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The industrial fans under.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
He has one. And we could ask him to bring that.
Okay, so do y'all want to eliminate the auditorium? It's also a good, you know, for the rain, you could end up taking everything. But I don't know if you got food trucks and rain, that's gonna hinder your success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I had an event for the Democrats and the food truck didn't even show up because it rained. But I had a few people there, not a huge crowd. Okay, so I'm gonna need somebody to help design a really nice flyer. I can throw stuff together, but you know, I know there's somebody that can do a better job than I can. So, and I have worked on a slideshow already, but it's gonna need a lot of tweaking, but it'll give somebody an idea of all of the performances, everything that we have going on for the whole day.
So this is kind of like a pre Juneteenth celebration. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to get ahead of the crowd because I think they did something downtown
Last year.
around the courthouse last year.
Mm-hmm.
And
They
I
had
don't
it,
know.
we had it
They
at
did it at Athens State
Athens
last year.
State.
Wait a
Athens
minute, one
State.
at a time.
It was
What
Athens
did y'all
State.
say?
It was at Athens State.
A
Mm-hmm.
Juneteenth festival?
Yes.
Do you know who sponsored it?
Is it what family is it? It's not the Burks, is it?
Yeah, it's the Burks.
Okay, because see, I'm just learning them. I didn't grow up with Burks, so I'm just learning these people. And I was trying to think. I met the young man. Whatever that family is, it's a big family. And
Okay.
and it's them. And he asked us when we were out there last year if he was thinking about having it at another location much larger. So I
Uh-huh.
haven't heard anything yet on it.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know where we're going to be this year with it. But yeah.
Okay. What did they do differently? Did they have like professional bands out there or what?
Well, they had we had vendors. You had all your different vendors, people who are selling the different things that they have. You had your different organizations that were out there. Then you had the platform,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had different groups, had singers, just it was a variety of things. It was very, very nice. Very nice.
They had a couple of food trucks there too, if I'm not mistaken. Because
Oh
I
yeah,
remember,
yeah.
Sharon, you
Yeah.
should remember we ordered from that
Sure
one.
did. Yeah, I was over there. Sure was.
Yeah, Sharon
That
should
was
remember.
Juneteenth that you and I went to, Joyce.
Yes. And that guy was out of Florence, that food truck we ate off of. Remember with
yeah.
the egg and all that? Yeah. We
Uh-huh.
said cardiac waiting to happen.
Okay, now there was something on the square, and I remember going to that,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know
That was
whether
our
it was for
first one.
Black History. Huh?
No,
That was
that
the
was
year
the first one.
That was the
That
year
was
before.